Swinburne University of Technology.
Okay, so the way that this goes, I'm going to ask the panellists a couple of questions really to open things up, and then I'd like you to think about what you'd like to ask them. What would you like to get out of today? What would be a question that you might find valuable? And I'll try and do my best Tony Jones. So I guess perhaps I might start with you, Andrew, because Andrew's a litigation lawyer with Clayton Utz, and certainly is, having seen him talk about transformation, is very articulate. So given that, I'll ask you to just talk a little bit about why you think I've invited you here today, Andrew.
So you could call me a client, which as a lawyer is a deeply disturbing title, because that's who we advise, and that's who we speak to, and that's who we capture, we command in a way, most of the time, if we're competent at what we do. So the idea that I'm being invited to speak about being the recipient or the target of transformational culture, of a program to bring lawyers out of their usual arrogant, hubris-driven lives, might be part of it, Michelle. It could also be because I'm a Morrison, but that's just a side thing.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Chris, perhaps you could talk about just a little bit about why you think you're here and what your thinking is around transformational change.
Well, I would say that I'm here because Michelle asked me. I've worked with her for the last couple of years, and actually just saying I've said yes because that's a relationship I value, and she's very good at what she does. And I've been, I guess, been working on change. There is no other thing to do in health than to be constantly changing, sort of fundamental and critical. And you know, I've worked in lots of places, so I'm probably in that legacy phase. Thank you, Michelle. And I'd say that the great thing about, I've been at Alfred Health for about 4 years, that it is a place where there's 8,500 people that staff that people love improvement. So I feel incredibly lucky that I fundamentally work with people who are on about improvement. I mean, not in. I mean, the challenge is to get agreement sometimes about that, but there's a great commitment. So it's an incredibly exciting environment to work in for that reason.
Thanks, Chris. Perhaps Fred, you might just say something about your work at Southern, or Shell before that.
Well, I think one of the great things about this group today is that, like the audience, there's quite a diversity in the panel. So I bring the world of industrial products, production, service type business, which probably resonates with a number of people in the audience. So I think I bring a diversity and a story of a company that has been subject to multiple waves of change, yes. Some before I turned up. And so how you deal with change, I think you've got to be looking at the context of what the people have been through before you arrive. Otherwise you could get it badly wrong.
So perhaps, Fred, you could go on.
And also to learn, too. Yeah. I want to learn from all you guys.
This has been a Swinburne production.